Hey guys, so I just finished watching David's podcast where he talked about me and JK, like our whole situation. And it's a really good podcast. I recommend you guys check it out. You can swipe up. But yeah, I completely agreed with almost everything he said. It was correct how Bart and Joe have been really generous in the way that they've been managing their business. Like how they, gave us paid vacations, they gave us bonuses. Like they've just been very, very generous. And like I said in my original video, I have been 1000% grateful and thankful for all of that. And, but the thing is that David, I haven't heard from David since shortly after our Hawaii trip together. So he didn't get my side of the story from a lot of what he said. So he did get some things wrong, which is what I wanted to clarify. So for starters, David got it pretty incorrect when he said that I was offered a severance pay or exit pay. That is not true. That's not factual. As far as like my definition, what is true and what I will tell you guys is that during that last final Zoom meeting that I had with both owners, one of them did say, he said, "Hey Tiff, I know you haven't been receiving pay from us for 2 months. I know a lot of people are financially dependent on this income. If you're financially struggling, as a friend, I can help you out." That to me doesn't sound like a company that's offering exit pay. I did not know at all that they were planning on giving me back pay at all. That was never mentioned. So I did decline that offer from one of the owners because to me it felt kind of condescending in a sense. Like it didn't sound like it was a company saying thank you for your years of service. It was more like, hey, are you struggling? Something else that David kept repeating was that we film 4 days a month, and he's not far off. It was 6 days a month, so we would film 3 days in a row and then skip a week and then another 3 days in a row. So that's about 6 days a month. And so he was saying that he gets paid for coming in 3 times between 3,000 to 3,500. Well, I could tell you what I was getting paid. Normally, I would find it really tacky to speak about pay, but I mean, David put it out there, so might as well let you guys know. I was getting paid $900 for a hosting day and $600 whenever I would just be cast. So that was what I would get paid. Something else that David got like absolutely wrong was the fact that he was saying that we got brought on to Joombe with zero out-of-pocket cost from us. That's false. We put in $15,000 to be part of Joombe. He is completely correct in saying that Joe fought for us so hard to be part of it, which I am so grateful to Joe for that. He gave us a beautiful, like amazing opportunity to be part of such a wonderful company. And not just that, but to be able to be part of a company where we can wholeheartedly support and be proud of the products that we have. So like with all of our food concepts, like with Shrimp Daddy, as well as with Joombe, Chichidango, and Wing Chicks, and any other food concepts that we have in the future, we're just so happy and proud to be part of such a good team that is very invested in trying to make it successful and offer good products. I wanted to add that there have been a lot of hate spilling over to Joombe. A lot of people saying that they would never want to work for that company because they think they'd be directly managed under like Bart and Joe. But just so everyone understands that we're just investors. Joombe and all of our other food concepts, they are managed very, very well by a completely different set of people, a different group. They have their own management company that takes very good care of the employees. So I just wanted to make sure that that's separated. Yeah, I guess like if David had contacted me, maybe he wouldn't have gotten these things so wrong. But something else that he had mentioned and that I agreed with is him saying that he thinks I misspoke by saying that like they iced me out for 2 months with no communication for 2 months. I did say it in my video, I took 3 weeks to myself, but I wasn't in Mexico for 3 weeks. I was only in Mexico for 4 days, which I had mentioned in my get ready with me video. The reason why I took so much time to myself was because that conversation with that owner, it had gotten so ugly so fast that and then like I said, I was going through my own medical issues, which I'll talk about in a video soon. And I just didn't know how to approach a situation with the boss who's supposed to be a friend too. So the part that I do agree with David was the fact that I misspoke in terms of clumping up 2 whole months. Because it was 3 weeks on my own, not communicating. But the thing is, when I was in Dallas, that was for me to be there for Junbi. It wasn't like purely personal reasons, like he mentioned in his podcast, but also I had offered to have that Zoom meeting with those two owners in Dallas, and they decided to push it a whole other week later. So that wasn't my doing there. That was still a complete lack of communication on their end. And yeah, like I guess it's iced me out for 1 month then, if that's what happened. Something that I did want to mention, it doesn't have to do with David's podcast either, but a lot of people are really upset that I wasn't given like a proper farewell from the company. And I do want to mention that it was offered to me to do an off the record with them. And initially I had agreed and I said, yeah, it'd be a great idea. But then afterwards I thought about it and I realized like how I felt disrespected, the fact that there was no exit pay offered. And I just thought about it like, wait, if I'm going to say anything about this and I do want you guys to be aware that I'm no longer going to be part of that show anymore, then why not just do it on my own channel, on my own terms? If the reason why I'm not going to be part of this company anymore is because of creative differences, then I didn't really see it make sense to do a joint statement together or like a farewell video together. I did let them know that they can say anything that they wanted on their end, but they decided that they didn't want to speak about me without me there. And that's pretty much what happened, but it was offered to me, you guys. Okay, and the last thing I want to clarify, and this is not from David's podcast at all, this is just something that I've been coming across on the internet, that people are spreading this really nasty rumor about Gio, and I wanted to clear that up. Gio has never stolen money from us. That is absolutely not what happened. I don't want that rumor to continue to go because it's completely false. But yeah, I want to put all this to rest. There's no need to continue this conversation, in my opinion. I mean, everything that I had to say, I've said. If there's any other misinformation, I'll gladly clear it up. But I just kind of want to put this behind me and just let's move forward, you guys. You know, everyone else that's left JK, they've all been able to release a video and tell their side of the story, and this is all I was intending to do with mine. I had absolutely no intention for the kind of the way that everyone received this. I absolutely don't want this company to fail at all. Like, I still have my friends that work there. Like, two of my very closest friends are still there, like Steve and Jess. And, you know, like the editors, I have so much love for them, and the cast. Like, I absolutely love that company wholeheartedly. And so I just don't want to see that company fail at all. So if you guys can just please just put this to rest, let's move on. And that's it.